Welcome to Om Times TV, a division of Om Times Media and Broadcasting. "95% of our lives are run and created by our subconscious mind programming. Imagine if your subconscious mind is running many negative, disempowering, and self-sabotaging programs. How will that 95% of your life turn out to be? Would you like help to change your subconscious programming into something that works for you and set it to attract and create everything you desire? Join Tamara Oviatt in her show Meta-Programming and the Human Biocomputer here on Om Times, where she will connect to the source energy and change your subconscious programming by deleting your negative belief systems. Tamara is the founder of Sacred Activations, a subconscious meta-programming modality that rewires your brain and shifts hundreds of your belief systems so you can break away from lack, pain, and suffering and take control of what you want to create in your life. Tamara has helped hundreds of thousands of people worldwide, and she is here to help you too. It's not about fighting what you don't want. It's about creating what you do want. And the only way to do that is to change and upgrade your subconscious programming. Let Tamara help you create magic in your world. Tune in every week at Meta-Programming and the Human Biocomputer.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Om Times. First and foremost, I really want to thank Tamara Oviatt. If you don't know, tamaraoviatt.com. She's the host and I'm helping out. I'm one of the teachers and practitioners. But if you go to tamaraoviatt.com, you'll see the replays of this as well, and trainings and webinars. It's a whole thing over there. And I'm Ella Isakov, and I'm so thrilled to host Times once again. I am a fellow teacher and a practitioner, and I run trainings. In fact, this coming weekend is the day 3 and day 4 of the Masters Sacred Activation. And in January, end of January, is the medical intuitive training that I'm running, as was the umbrella of Sacred Activations. So I love this family and I love the gifts that I get to spread, thanks to Tamara. So today, and you can find all my information on my website. It's ellaisakov.com. I also have webinars and trainings under Sacred Activations. And I have a YouTube channel that's really popular with inside healing episodes that come out every Friday, just 10 to 15 minutes of insight and healing. And today I'm super, super thrilled to talk about something that has changed my life as I've grown. In fact, so much of the energetics has helped me grow into the topic for today, and that's manifestation and intention, manifestation and creation, bringing your intentions to life. And you're going to hear a lot of little bits of information, a lot of maybe from the energetics. I know there's a lot out there from mindset and how to create and the 7 things of successful people. But today is really about the energetics. And as you'll hear me talk, you'll see how the energetics and your subtle bodies and all your energetic bodies, your chakras, your subtle bodies are the key, are the essential to creating, to expanding, to manifesting what it is that you wish to manifest, what it is that that lights you up, what you want to create in this lifetime. Because remember, we all have a purpose. We're all here for a reason. I know my reasons, and it's okay if you don't know your full reason yet. It took me some time also to solidify and hone in. So let's just dive in. You know, I prepare, so I want to get all this magic out to you. You may hear some new terminology as well. Don't overthink it. Don't get deep. Really, I think you'll understand if you just look at what I'm getting at, as opposed to each individual word. So as soon as we set an intention, it enters and it already goes out into wave form. So you're going to be hearing wave form a lot today, and you're going to hear particle form. Particle form is not, I guess it's things and creations and all the things that we do. And wave form. So as soon as I think I want to become, Sacred Activations teacher, as soon as I get that idea, it's already in wave form. It's already out there in the universe. And then how we go along with that, how we play with that waveform, how do we stay open, expand, or contract, determines on how that plays out. So whether it's where it's the education, whether it's you want to live somewhere, whatever intention it is, that money seems to be, a lot of people have the money intention. It starts with a wave, in wave form. And then how we navigate that from then is everything, and how we play with it. Okay. So the waveform it's a field frequency. It's more of a field frequency that a way we see people and things and interacting within those fields. So the waveform, the more we play with the waveform, the more even the people and the things that we bring to us through that waveform is what's going to allow the playing out of your manifestation. And then the particle is the doing. It's the physical. So you do need both. And then it does kind of move into wave and particle, but how it moves into particle is everything. How it moves out into the concrete world. So as we all move towards the 5th dimensional movement, the world, we're starting to see the reality as a vibration, as a waveform. We're starting to get that there's more than just this table and just me and this computer. we're starting to slowly understand that there's a lot more at play than just the things that we can see with our naked eye. Yes? You can reply with an answer. So the waveform is more vibrational, spiritual, it's non-physical, experiencing aspects of reality just as real as in the particle form. So everything that you want to manifest is in waveform, but as soon as you have a thought, as I said, it already exists in the waveform. That's how fast things work. We're the ones that slow it down. We're the ones that block ourselves and put up the dam with our fears and insecurities and our whatnot, our doubts and our self-doubts, and then we self-sabotage. So everything that interacts with that wave, even the place or the thing, is a wave reality, even if it has a particular form. So as soon as we have an idea what that we want to manifest, and we know that the wave reality, it's ready. It's already there for you. It's there for the grabbing, kind of, in a way, in the beginning phases. How it unpacks is up to us. But we've been conditioned to force and work hard, and good things don't come easy. Success doesn't come easy. Greatness doesn't come easy. Having a lot of money or abundance doesn't come easy. It's kind of how we've been taught, even on the subconscious mind, in that, like your parents like struggle with money and they always, never enough. And it's conditioning that just keeps rippling generation to generation. In fact, that is part of generational trauma right there. It's a different kind of generational trauma, but it is generational trauma. Lack and scarcity is from trauma. Okay. So when we talk about or build or interact with the people, making it into particle form with inspired action. So it's always 50% ideas and creation, but then it's the other 50%. Well, what are you going to do? You can't just sit and run wave energy. You have to actually take action as well to unpack it. Yeah, I have more to say about the unpacking, but I'm going to wait. So how the wave plays out is everything. And anxiety and fear creates that friction. We have so much friction and constriction that keeps us from flowing. And that's kind of like when we talk about the flow, the Shakti flow, the divine feminine. We live in the masculine world, but we have to control things and we have to but to be flow and open. And that's why the energy needs to open. I'm going to get to that as well. So when we start to see it in particle form, start to get the sense of ease and grace, that it will come in the appropriate time, in the divine time, as they say, rather than sense that you're going to anywhere to get it. We're always like having to think of the next thing. But when we stay in that present moment and we start to see things transform, maybe little steps, maybe baby steps, can we just kind of stay in that present moment, stay in that flow, and just know that it's all happening how it's meant to? We're the ones that think it has to have some timeline, some deadline, some set form, when actually it generally does not. Okay. So have to get it, have to be strong and willful activity. It can bring things into manifestation, but it just depends on how easy what it is that you want to manifest. So what I mean by that is if what you want to manifest is somewhat easy, then a little bit of anxiety and friction is actually okay. But if it's the bigger things, then you really want to maintain that energetic, that greater connection with the universal flow, with the universal vibration. We're going to bring in that friction, and we want to lessen the friction, especially for the bigger dreams, for the bigger manifestations and things that we want to create and expand into. Like I have big dreams. So for me, every day is the practice. How do I keep these energy channels open and clear, especially the astral, to stay connected, to stay open, to let go of the control, let go of the timing, let go of how it needs to work out. And knowing that there's all the time in the world. But we're taught oh my God, I'm this age. Oh my God, it's this time, oh my God, it's almost 2024 or whatever. And we get all panicky, and that just brings in the walls, it caps. So we want to manifest with ease and grace. For example, nature. Nature, this is actually a really great metaphor. Nature manifests so gracefully. It doesn't expect things, just move with the flow. The trees grow, the leaves die, and it's like a seasonal changes. There's no friction. It's just moves with the flow of the seasons, the flow of nature. Another really great metaphor is actually surfing, because really, that's why to be in the water element is to be in the flow. And when you're surfing, I've never surfed. When you are surfing, you don't know which way the wave is going to go, when it's going to come. You have to be in the moment, but you have to be ready, right? You have to be ready, focused, prepared. That's where your inspired action comes. And then, like where I am now, I didn't even expect. If somebody told me 10 years ago that I'd be here sitting in front of you, channeling all these things, and like, whoa, I would have said, get out of town, sister. No, but here I am. So it's so fascinating when we allow ourselves to be in that moment, because serendipity happens. You may think a door is closing, but guess what? It's probably closing to let another door open. But we don't think of that. We think, oh my God, I'm not good enough, and we get into our inner dialogue, our inner narrative, which can literally plop us back down when we're rising. So we actually oftentimes get in our own way, to be honest. And that's when also demanifestation can happen. So you can be in the wave form and things could be created. Then, you start to get into friction, that maybe you have a cap, some kind of cap. And when you get to a certain point, you start to get fears, you start to want to control, and then it can actually de-manifest. It's so fascinating how important, not fascinating, it is how important it is to stay in the flow, not just in the kind of, I know there's different ways we use flow, but in the energetic openness to what is, energetic openness to letting go of needing even to know. Whoa, Ella, don't say that. I need to know. But at some point you let go of even needing to know. So when you start to see it in particle form, you start to get the sense of ease and grace, if you're moving with the flow, that it will come at the appropriate time, rather than sense that you're going anywhere to get it. So staying really rooted in that moment, in each moment actually, is essential. Like you have to get it. So strong and willful activity can bring things to manifestation or not. But to stay connected to the universal flow of energy, this is where, I know if you've been listening to my talks, you know that I bring the subtle body in a lot. So do you guys know that we have the emotional body and the mental body also in our subtle body? So imagine that the universal flow of abundance is trying to help you out with your ideas, and it's going through the divine subtle body, and then it's moving through the causal, and then it gets to the mental, poof, and then there's a dam, like there's a wall, because mentally you are blocked with your doubts, with your fears, with your insecurities. So this is why maintaining the energetic flow of the chakras and the subtle bodies is key. That along with action. Okay, let's keep going. So the best place to manifest, of course, is from the present moment, especially if you listen to my last talk. When we're in the present moment, you'll know what you need to do next. So I actually get most of my downloads, and even like if you go to my website, you'll see all my things that I've got planned. And there's even things not on my website, because in my meditation, and of course, being open the seventh in all the energy lines, I get so many ideas and so many how to do it and what to name it. So it's like, oh, so then you're in the flow in the moment, and I get told the next step. And then I'm sure once all this stuff, then I'm sure I'll get told the next step. Even recently, somebody found me for a summit, and I said, once we got connected, it's like, how did you find me? She goes, I don't know. You'll get serendipities like that will help you with something that you've been wanting to do, but you've been reaching for other ones that kind of do similar things, but you didn't even know about this one, and all of a sudden they're contacting you. And that will happen when you are in the present moment, when you are not rushing things, but you are in inspired action. Okay. You have to be in that ease and grace, which I know is like, I also grew up with trauma. It took me, ease and grace was not in my vocabulary for the first 30 years of my life, let me tell you. In fact, I was very angry for the first 30 years by the anger, shame, sadness, grief, all of that is low vibration emotions. Okay. So once you're in the present moment, you are in the waveform, and then it's easier to get into the particle form, because then you'll meet aligned people, as I just said, serendipities, circumstances, when realize that it's already present. Imagine that. You get an idea and it's already, to me, that just blew that, like those emoji with the brain exploding. What? I have this idea because I have a dream also to one day live in Hawaii. I know. And my husband goes, what? No. And guess what? As soon as I have that thought, it's already in waveform. So basically, we create our own reality with how we tend to the energy flow within us and around us, and how we follow in the present moment. The aligned things and the things that are from the wanting. Oh, that's a whole other thing for manifesting. When we want things, we clutch. When we are not in the wanting, when we're in the flow, then it's easier. We don't just go for the first thing. We kind of know. We're more in the know. So when trying to manifest, feel the wave as when in the present moment. See what has the most energy when it's at you, when it's coming at you, how it feels right. You'll be more connected with your feelings as well. Because remember, the emotional body is also here. When that's open, everything will flow. So then you'll know what's right as it comes at you. Because not everything that will come at you, even if you think serendipitous, will be what's the right thing for you. It's tricky, right? It's discernment. I mean, I love that word. I call that an advanced spiritual word. Discerning what is truth and what is illusion. Oh, I've already said some of these things. Yeah, so when I talk about the surfers, you really are riding the wave of energy. You can actually write that down. You can steal it. When you're riding the wave of energy, you're just going by how you feel. And also, like, when you hear something, are you expanding or are you constricting? And then as you ride the wave, as a surfer does, and then you'll get this opportunity, or this will come up, or that person will come in, because I also want aligned people in my life. One thing I want is people that aligned with me. Of course, there's some, everybody has somebody that's probably maybe more of a mesh. So how do we ride that wave of energy? Well, first and foremost, keep your energy clear, keep your energy expansive. Everything starts from within. No matter what theme I have, it's all about tending to your inner landscape. My rituals in the morning are 1 hour and 20 minutes to 1 hour and 30 minutes long. Sometimes it's to myself. These days, I'm also sending energy to parts of the world that need it, because I know that that's the other thing. You can use your connection and your vibration to also help the global, the collective. So this is why cleansing the 7 subtle bodies is so important. Opening the flow within is so important, so you can align with the universal flow of abundance. I remember when I first heard that, I was like, that is so wishy-washy, universal flow of abundance. But the more you delve deeper, and hopefully some of the things I'm saying today, you may even need to listen a few times to kind of grasp, because some of the things I'm saying maybe is a little wishy-washy. But if you listen a few times, you'll see. Because to be in the flow is a bit wishy-washy, because, it's like surfing. So the wave reality is infinite and it is complete. And how we play that out is everything. But as soon as we get into panic, as soon as we get into force, as soon as we get into wanting, we constrict and we block ourselves. It's almost like our room gets smaller. And really, when you're expanding and all the flow is flowing, then there's no walls. There's no room. Like there's zero room. Like no walls whatsoever is what I mean by zero room. So I have to be in the present moment to receive whatever current definition of success is for you. Can come consciously or in packed form. So packed form is actually another thing word that's actually quite important. Sometimes I get downloads that are in packed form, which means I can't just get up and start to do what the download is. It may take months to unpack. In fact, there is something that I've been told, my team has told me will take 4 months to unpack for me. And then the unpacked form is the stuff that you get up and you start doing it. But depending on what it is, it can even take 10 years to unpack. So it just depends. It depends. The famous answer. Once your energetic radar is picking up whatever is relevant to the information field, this is why your intention is super, super important. Because then the energy field will pick up what's relevant to the intention that you're setting, because your intention is probably different from my intention. And then things could be particle, half wave, and it could be going back and forth. There's a whole dynamic here that I don't know if I even fully understand. I'm still kind of playing around with it, but the playing is getting a little sharper, little sharper. I hope that made sense about the wave and the pack, not the wave in the particle form, and then the packed and the unpacked form. That's not as important for today, but the wave in the particle form is important for today, because as you set your intentions, you create that waveform. Do you know that as you set your intention rituals, whether it's the new moon check or whether you write your intention 5 times each day for 30 days, your intention will have a life of its own. Whoa. It will have a life of its own. It will have its own little play while you are doing other things. It will still be working for your manifestation. This is why rituals, I can't stress rituals enough. And if it's hard, start with 5 minutes. Do what you need to do, because the more you tend to you are your greatest prized possession for whatever you want to create, whatever you want to impact you want to have in the world. It all comes from how you tend to you. So 12 points. Well, I don't know if it's 12 points. I love that somebody told me if people know 12 things about something, they've got the grasp. They got the general grasp. So I kind of really love that. So that's why I'm bringing it up again. Manifestation and abundance are your lower chakras, your root, your sacral, your solar plexus. That's, connected to the earth, is really the money, the abundance. The higher chakras is, for the intuition and spirituality. But to create and manifest in 3D is the lower chakras. That is really important to understand. Can you see how opening up the chakras is imperative? And then, well, we know that the first chakra is, all the traumas from our family and our tribal stuff. There's a lot from those chakras that go beyond just manifesting. So we have to tend to the traumas that are keeping us blocked. When chakras are bigger, energetically stronger, can do more in the physical world. What? So to manifest in the physical world, the particle form, when lower chakras are bigger and stronger, it's much easier to manifest. And dare I say, effortless. Not less work, but effortless is like in that what's next, and that the ideas are coming to you, so you're not blocking against any wall or a dam, as I often read when I'm reading about this stuff. So we are often in particle and waveform at the same time, but how we allow that to mingle is everything. So when get an idea, that's really is important. When you get an idea, it's already in waveform. Can relax into that. Oh my goodness. Ease and grace. This is why meditation and practices to move your body just allow you to find that ease with whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. Yeah. Well, to relax into the fact that it's already present. It's already present in waveform. You can't see it, but it's already there. It's really hard for people to understand that point. Me too, a while back. But wow, to know that whatever it is that you're trying to create, manifest, is all ready for you to bring it out, If in the flow, do not need to know how, when, it will all just start unfolding for you. Like I told you with the story, with who contacted me, when you get ideas, even that YouTube channel, that just came to me. That came to me in one meditation. And then of course it was like, oh, bugger. And now I have to start creating. And, so I try and chunk them and schedule them 1 month ahead of time. Because yeah, for sure, you will create more work. But can you stay in the flow while doing that work? It's very interesting. So when you need to know, it slows it down. So be comfortable in not knowing and be in the frequency where great things start happening. And I can vouch for that. There's very little force in my life. And I do. Oh, the other thing is that when there's force, when there's constriction, when there's doubt, you notice it right away. And you know what happens when you notice it? You can nip it. Okay, so without doing it, that's when grace comes in as well. So wave level, when you want something to manifest, to bring into particle. So purify your system for manifesting. And guess what? I'm here for that, because that's what the Sacred Activations are going to do. Oh my God, this is like the all-in-one package. You're welcome. I would listen to this one all the time as well. So when subtle bodies are clear, no blockages, then easy for the divine thoughts, for manifestation, for your team. Like we all have a team. It's not just people that are medical intuitives that have a team. We all have a team. But how strong is that connection? How strong is that link? That's something that you can work on, or you already have, and you already have your great communication and relationship with your team. They want to be acknowledged. So and you have to really acknowledge them all the time. And then they're like, hallelujah, I'm here to help. As a manifestation starts to manifest into your other 6 subtle bodies. As I said, the greatest flow is here. And when we clear up these subtle bodies, then there's a greater flow both ways, both in and then both and out. Yeah. If have fear of success or not trust the universe, the fear will show up as a blockage in the emotional or mental body in the planes. Okay. The divine sends the message that there is an expansion in business, flows down, and then poof, it hits the mental body that's in constriction. So trust the steps. We'll be there, and then the next step, and then the next step. Like I have no idea what's coming up after what I have planned now for the next 3 months. I have no idea what's coming up after that. I just trust and I just go with the flow. And you know what? It always happens. Well, something happens, and even what I'm planning for the next month, I didn't even know about till recently. Last little things. Once you set an intention, let it go. Don't attach to it. No wanting. Be in the ease when you're setting your intention. Fear, anxiety, worry blocks the wave. And you know the emotion that brings in abundance is joy. Joy is the manifestation, creation, everything is to be in that joy. In fact, even when you write down or do your intention rituals, really be in that emotion of joy. Best place to manifest is in the present moment. Why, of course. Where you can also access information of what to do next. Really only in the present moment. When I'm doing other things, very rarely do I get, anyway, everybody's different for that. When doing any manifestation technique, your intention will get a life of its own. And that's kind of wow. That to me is like the wow factor. All thought waves feed off our etheric body. All our thought forms are like the etheric battery. So our thought form we have feeds the etheric. So the etheric body is like an energetic glove for our body. By thinking about it, watching your thoughts, need more techniques to boost your etheric body faster, to feed the etheric body, not to deplete it. So 50% energy, 50% inspired action, being in the present, ease and grace, and joy. And I think we'll take a moment break for some commercials, and then we'll get to the healing.
Om Times TV. Do you want to go deeper into Sacred Activations, which is a subconscious metaprogramming process? Tamara Oviatt is inviting you to visit her website at tamaraoviatt.com to sign up and get lifetime access to 3 free activations that you can listen to anytime you want or as often as you need. If you like what Tamara does and like to incorporate sacred activations into your life, she also offers live webinars, masterclasses, and practitioners training to further support your healing, manifestations, and expansion. There are hundreds of activations on her website that address different aspects of your life: money, health, relationships, intuitive abilities, and more. Head over to her website at tamaraoviat.com and experience the magic of sacred activations. Thank you for listening. Imagine becoming a super influencer. Reinvent yourself, invest in your brand, and then manifest your success with a robust spheric approach. Om Times Media and Broadcasting offers a unique and multifaceted way to become the spiritual and conscious influencer you deserve to be by putting your message across our powerful platform with its proven record of integrity and excellence. Through our produced shows, Om Times offers the opportunity to become a social media TV personality, a radio show host, an Om Times magazine columnist, and a syndicated podcaster, all in one shot. By live streaming your show on Om Times TV and broadcasting it across the extensive Om Times radio and TV networks, you become more than a host. You become an ambassador and a force for positive change. Om Times. Open yourself to the possibilities.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
And welcome back. Before we start, I realized I didn't give my website. It's ellaisakov.com. And my YouTube channel is Ella Isakov. So it's really easy, super easy to find. Let's open up the energy lines for manifestation and creation and really greater connection to universal flow. Go ahead and sit or lay down. If you're new to sacred activations, maybe you have your feet on the ground. But whatever works for you right now. Remember, stay in the present moment. The rest will follow. And take a few expansive breaths. Let every exhale bring you further into your body. And then make your way down, down, down through all the layers of Mother Earth until you get to the heart chakra of Mother Earth. And from that place of the heart of Mother Earth, really set the intention to fully receive, know that you're worthy, give yourself permission to shed, open, clear, whatever it is that's keeping you from creating and living in purpose and passion. And starting to run Fruit of Life Sacred Activation, which is kind of aligning, clearing, and balancing your 13 chakras. But I'm really going to set the intention for it to be the first and second and third chakra, your root, your sacral, and your solar plexus. Remember, the manifestation in the physical world, you really need those lower chakras expanding and clear. Here we go. Accept to receive. Fear of losing it all. Wow. So, it's one of those subconscious belief systems that we have either from our past or from a family or even our homeland, where, your family had to start again or something happened on your homeland. Fear of trying or committing because scared we'll lose it all. Or also doubt that you can make effective decisions to stay in the flow. So accept to receive. Even put your hand on your heart anytime where you feel like, oh, that really resonates, something I need. Then put your hand on your heart and really allow through the heart for it to enter and start to clear. Fear of losing it all now for everyone. Competition and lack. That basically it's mostly to do with insecurities and worth. Feeling unworthy. Whenever we feel unworthy, we think we don't trust. As soon as we don't trust, there's competition and lack. So starting to run competition and lack for everyone. That's accepting. There's a lot of resistance to this one. Money and time frees you from thinking you have to work long and hard hours to make money. So moving more towards the flow and the wave and the flow of abundance. Money and time, sacred activation. It doesn't have to do just with money. It could be with anything that you feel like you have to force, you have to work so hard to achieve. Playing it small. Stop hiding. Nobody should be hiding. Every single person has a purpose. Every single person is here for a reason. Playing it small. Deactivation. And it's what they're saying is they're saying it's not just about hiding, it's about remembering that your greatness. It's like literally remembering. It's not just about unlearning of hiding and that you need to hide and the shame. It's about the remembering of your greatness. Creative gene extraordinaire. Supercharge your manifesting ability by taking you out of the 3D and plugging you into 5D. Of unconditional love and abundance. When your creative power is connected to the higher dimensions, you can manifest your desires with much greater potency and speed. And also this activation is going to bring safety, that you are safe to create. You're safe to be you. I got, they're telling me that a lot of people that are watching or going to watch, like art, a lot of artistic things need to manifest and be created. But art has also very broad. Activate your pheromones, magnetism, magnetizing whatever it is, opportunities, people, things. Activating your pheromones, sacred activation. A little help. Abundance connection. The truth is that we're always connected to abundance. So it's whether we keep that door closed or we spread it wide open. I'm going to stack with it ease and grace. That's the, as I said in my talk, that's the best way to manifest and expand. I always have to clear my throat when information is coming through. That's why I always have water near me. They're also giving the message of slowing down. Like, what's the rush? Why run? Why speed? Savor. Enjoy. You'll appreciate you'll appreciate the whatever final thing if you've enjoyed the whole process. Universal law of abundance. Collective consciousness of abundance, connecting you to that. They're saying get cracking. It's time. Oh, so if you're watching the recording and you watch the show, you can even pause here to get a pen and paper. If you're live, you can even just think of this. So I want you to imagine a six-pointed star. Tamara talks about this as well. And in the middle of the six-pointed star is you. And the 6 points are all the things that you want to manifest. And if it's for money, be specific on how much money, whether it's, a house in Hawaii or, to be on this talk show. Be specific with your intentions. If you don't have a pen and paper now, just pause and do it. And I'm going to start to get into the vortex of creation, sacred activation. If you don't have a star, just imagine the star in your mind and think about 6 things or however many things that you want to manifest. Remember, money, make sure you say the specifics of how much money. Otherwise, if you say money, you're going to get a dime. You're in a penny. Here we go. Running into the vortex of creation, sacred activation. That one's still running, so if you can still, this one will add to that. It's like, this is one of my favorites, called Millionaire Consciousness. It's not just about money. It's that limitless. It's taking away any of the walls. Yeah, millionaire consciousness. So they're saying it's because you're abundant already. So how do we open up fully to that? So I'm going to run that millionaire consciousness, but I'm also going to stack arms wide open, which is opening up to receive all of it. Love, abundance, opportunities, serendipities, living in alignment, opening up wide open to passion, joy. It's not all just about money. In fact, you know, the millionaire consciousness may be opening up to more joy, knowing that joy is limitless, more light within. Here we go, millionaire consciousness and arms wide open. And getting to the vortex of creation is still running as well. I'm just going to run a few sacred activations to help with the integration. Go ahead and make your way back down to the heart of Mother Earth. And just savor the warmth, the grounding, the healing and integrating energies of Mother Earth. Make your way back up to your heart center and just take a few breaths expanding to your chest cavity. And repeat out loud is better. I'm fully back into my body, fully grounded, supported, and open to receive. And fully back into my body, fully grounded, supported, and open to receive. And fully back into my body, fully grounded, supported, and open to receive. And wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And when you are ready, you may open up your eyes. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Om Times. Any questions, please reach out to Tamara, myself, whatever you need. And yes, the replay will go live. All right, guys. Bye for now. Much love.